Hello and welcome. This is a bit of a weird one, really, because I went into saying how well we'd done just because it's an old habit. I always used to sum up at the end of the session, so you will see this. But like, if you wish to switch off a little early at the very end of the session, then be my guest, because yeah, we've already seen all of this. But obviously, I always trying to do the catch up most of the time. Don't always remember, but we've got 751,000 litres of carrots. The red beets were the smallest field, but still 461,000 litres. The parsnips, 816. I did say that field was bigger than the others. The carrots was, I did say the carrots was close to that size as well, which we can actually see is true. We've got a lot of products, but it's in yellow at the minute, so when that goes green, we will get that sold and we will earn nearly a couple of £100,000 from our sell point. All of the equipment, yeah, I've got to be honest, the star of the show this particular session I've got to give to our belt system. Are you stuck, Sally? No, you're not. Which is parked. It looks like a tractor, but it isn't. But it is a vehicle. It's got to be this. It was super duper. It really was. It's nearly 30 tons hopper, and the unload speed were absolutely amazing. It was nice to see the volume, that it was thicker, the not quite perfect, but I don't think you'll ever get it quite perfect, but you could see that I'd tried to make it fill up the hopper properly, so it's yeah, as good as I think I can get it, but I think I might be able to improve it slightly, but it is nevertheless did convey the bit of actually a depth, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with like what we achieved. Right, so really, it was all work. This session, it was all about grabbing. The plough has ploughed 176, the biggest field. It's almost finished. Sally has almost finished that second field. We grabbed all of the carrots off there. We did have quite a bit of like red beet on this, but not an awful amount. It was a lot of carrots. Well, 751,000 litres. I think we got 50,000 litres in the hopper. That's all. So 700,000 litres of carrots. I was going to leave it there, but then I thought, I reckon I can actually get the straw off this. So we got the straw off these two fields too, which you will see 250,000 litres of that. But we didn't do the last. Oh yeah, I realised a bit late that I hadn't done the last two fields, the canola field. So we're going to do that next session. Yeah, this is not going to be that much, but yeah, nevertheless, this has still got it. Animals are all right. I mean, yeah, our animals really, obviously we know that they're all completely filled. Wow. Sort of tempted to get another place and put the other ones in and like sell them when they get a bit older. I know the water buffaloes aren't worth a lot. I suppose if you were going to do that, you really would need to do the Anguses. This really is where, I mean, mind you, it's still 192. The biggest ones at the minute that I've seen are 250. I think Cavalier Roy might have some built-in ones on Riverview, I think. I'm not sure. I think he did. I'm sure he had like more capacity. He's increased, as he usually does on his maps, bigger. So, yeah, I had another go on that the other day, and there's still some sort of error. Whether it is the map or not, but you start off with the eggs okay, and then like they go wrong once you come back into the map. So, and that was a brand new map again, so there's something strange happening on the map, and he has done a lot of fixes for it already. But it seems to have the curse of Riverview. That map has never been particularly good to me, although I think it was Maypole that I had the first, and I went back to Maypole the second time. Riverview, I've only ever done small runs on it every single time, and it is a beautiful map, which is why I wanted to do a proper Let's Play for when Low Oak Bridge is finished, which was, yeah, I mean, it's slow going now, uploading the, yeah, this is also finished, yeah, it is. Now I'm only doing one episode a night, it's slow going with those. Obviously I've been doing Rettenbach one an evening. Yeah, this we've done some changes to, because I've been having a lot of issues with it. Well, and it was only when I was having a conversation earlier on Moss Valley, which I haven't released yet, but I'm literally starting the Let's Play. I realised that I'd got the two triggers on top of each other. Is that going to work? Is that going to work? You're having 2 triggers. Is it not going to confuse? I'm not sure. It might be alright, but I thought, well, let's try off. Let's like move them completely separate. Oh, it's raining now. Just beginning to rain. So the new little place is coming inwards down here towards the silo. And I think that's going to solve the issues we've had where because obviously I've been having issues because the pipe is here and this was right next door here, which meant you could fill, if it was something that you could put in a trailer, it could fill from it. I think they're going to be far enough away now that that's not going to be a problem. So it's going to mean I don't really need to do a pusher. It takes up a little bit more room than it did, but not that much really. Yeah, it's a little bit wider, but if that means I don't have to make a pusher, or sorry, one of the something to start a blocker. That's it, not a pusher, a blocker. Then obviously I'm happy that I don't need to do that because animations and me, we don't get along at the minute. I'm hoping at some point I will. This one is still the same. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is a flawed design, which I didn't realise at first, and this is what I'm talking about. It's got the 2 triggers. The chevrons is a pallet trigger, and obviously this is a bail trigger, and obviously an unload trigger too, all in the same place. Now those 2 work together and always have done. I'm not sure about the pallet trigger. Yeah, because that's what you use to unload everything else, and we have had issues with water and that. So I'm wondering, is it because of the fact that it's like struggling to find which trigger is what? So I thought, well, let's separate it. So I'm going to do the same on this. But we've had more trouble with that than a little, the self-sufficiency. So I thought, well, this is the one I've got on almost every Let's Play that I want to really get right, because this one is actually in for testing with Giants, and it's not quite right. So if I can fix that before Giants basically like say, well, actually, you've got some errors on this, then obviously that would be really fantastic. Right, let's just finish this off. Ooh, yeah, I think we're going to have to give that a miss, I think, Sally. You were right, you were definitely blocked. And I'm going to have to do it myself, because yeah, the one thing we found on Rizu Forest, they always go back to where they want to go to. There's a point on the field and they will not leave it, they've got to go back. So I'm going to have to do this. We'll just do this last little run, and then I shall set it on the carrot field. And I've got yeah, there's a shed load of stones. We've got to deal with this. It's impossible for us to like not deal with this problem. They're big stones as well. I mean, it's a nice problem to have. We can make a shed load of lime, and also it does help with the bit of mist field there. Yeah, it does help with like mineral feed. We can also do that too. So. In fact, no, we're mainly working with JMGaming. If we find we get a glut of stuff, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Now, I'm only ploughing, I know it's raining, but it does take a few minutes. It's only just started for the rain to like clog the soil, so I'm not really going to like beat myself up. I think we've probably got time to do this last bit, and then it is true, I won't set the worker going on the other line. Let's be a bit realistic, but it is true, it takes a few minutes for the soil to soak it up, to get all cloggy and that, and it's sort of, it's not like sloggy rain, it's medium rain, so it wouldn't like stop us doing. So I'm quite happy we've managed to do 2 fields and like get all of the crops and most of the straw in one session, which to me, I mean, I say that, but obviously this has been the culmination of 2 or 3 quite long sessions. But to be honest, it is a lot of work, and it's also the culmination of a year's work, so really, it is good. So we have got a stone picker, but the biggest thing we need to do is we need to get the bionic cannery or a super cannery done, so that we can really hit that 750,000 litres of like all of those products, so we can make soup, and that should bring in a shed load of cash, because it is a super business. And if we do a bionic or a super, it's going to be like better than I've ever seen it ever. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to I thought I'd actually done it, but I haven't. Yeah, I thought I'd actually made it, but it appears not, or I've not called it that, or I'd forgotten to. Yeah, let's have a quick look, because I might have done that. If there are two canneries, I might actually have done it, and I might have like not forgotten. So let's have a bit of a look at the canneries of the blue ones. So that's the standard cannery. If there's another blue one, no, they're in. No, I am right. I've only done the one. Yeah, I have. Yeah, so I need to do that. So I'm going to do that as I go out. But that's where I'm going to leave it. Yeah, it will crack in session. There's a lot of slurry and manure to grab as well, but obviously we were very busy priorities. But this is pretty much full anyway. It should now start to process the slurry and the manure a lot better, because the recipe I have increased it. I'm not sure if I've gone mad, but we shall see. I don't know. I haven't noticed it destroying the manure that much, so we shall see. I'm going to make a smaller one. I still love these buildings, but I really did this to hide the original ones. So I needed them to be very large, whereas really I could completely start from scratch. Really, this was very early on when I was modding, and I was like tentative. I was thinking I needed the Giants one, and that was all where all the magic was. It doesn't really matter what the building looks like, so yeah, I'm quite happy now. A lot further in, after doing many buildings. I mean, I'm not saying I won't look at the original. I will, but what I mean is, I think I can pretty much knock one of these up myself and make it an awful lot smaller. Even if the footprint isn't terrible, but it is fairly hefty. There's a lovely little cute one that I saw. We've just not gone past it actually. That one there, it is absolutely amazing. I love it. I don't know how good it is, but what I'm saying is for looks. I'm not saying I'm going to do this either, but you can see they're using petrol tanks. Obviously a domed thing. I am going to stick with my design. I'm not doing a domed design. I'm going to do one of the Asian. I love the Asian buildings. The cap on that, so it will have like a pointy cap. It will be unique, but I am going to like, and also I do like that metal that we've got. That I will be using that too, but it doesn't need to be really quite as large as they actually are, and I don't think I need two either. One will suffice, I would say. Looking at that, I might do just one big one and forget the other one, really. But yeah, that's something like that. Doesn't need to be a monster, but I need it to be fairly big because I want it to be fairly effective, so I don't want it to be tiny either. I'm not sure how good that one is. I mean, Disturbed is not massive and it's a monster, but I want all of my mods to be as balanced as possible. And if it's big, it will be monstrously good at doing it. If it's small, then it's obviously not going to be. That's what you would think naturally, and I'm going to sort of stick with that premise. So yeah, monster session, but a very good one. Done very well. I just need to design my bionic and come back on the next session. I was running out of sessions on this because these are all big sessions. I've not always got time to come on OakCity because it's always hours and hours on a map of this size. So yeah. So all that remains to be said is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Right, once more back on OakCity. Now I have actually changed this around a bit. I've been sort of saying this is not quite working right, and then I had a conversation on Moss Valley, and I thought, hang on a minute, is it? You've got two triggers together. You've got a pallet trigger and a normal trigger. Surely they're not going to work properly if you do the triggers together. So I've moved. I've sort of, you can see now the things are going to appear just in that bit. So yeah, and I think this will solve all of the problems I've been having. This is like a prototype of this where we do it. The grate must be underneath the. So really, when we shift these out of the way, no more should appear, because that really is the pallet trigger that you can see there, where you can drop things off. I'm hoping that this is now right. We have got a lot of work to do though, it is true. This is it really is monstrous. So we're in August. All we've got left is our, wow, I can't believe we're going to 150. Oh, we're on pounds, Mr. Smith. Let's get this changed straight away. $2 where we should be. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I always do that. Yeah, like the set destination thing. So really, if this works out, it will mean that I don't need a pusher. Me and Cletus were having a conversation about this. One thing I always did want to do was in FS22, it was important for me to like grab things back out, and this does. Let's just see, can we find the grate? Is the grate? It should still be under there. It's normally got one, so it really should be that it's just hidden underneath. We're probably gonna have to like re-put the, but it really should be there. It's got no errors on it now. Literally, I fixed all of the errors. I think we need to like drop lower. Yeah, it is there. I thought it should be. So if we level that now, we've appeared it. Should really. I'd like to shrink this a little and go for the really tiny one that I've got in some of the silos. So that should now be right. And we didn't need to do the tap at all. It's a little bit sunken though. But if we do the smoothing, it'll just like sink it back under the ground. But I'm going to see, this is sort of like my test piece. I've got the new icon on this, the new BI Industries, and it really is very, very curvaceous on this one. Both of these are like spot on. So, and I have, oh, it's working. That's answered that question. I could never get it working on this one, but I moved it around again. It was, sometimes you blind yourself, and you miss the obvious. I've always been a little bit like that. Now you may have noticed that the chevrons on this used to be around here, but it used to sort of like do a dump here, but it's a separate trigger. This is a bale storage trigger and that is a pallet trigger. They're both triggers in their own rights, as in, yeah, this is completely separate. This is a loading and unloading, and this is a pallet loading and unloading. So they're completely different things. That is terrible because it's really very uneven. But obviously when you're dumping things, it was confusing, and sometimes it would only choose the outer edge of that. I knew it. I knew as soon as I came on and started to record, she'd ring me. I just had to make her a quick call, but I don't mind it. She's been doing them all day, so... Fair's fair. Right, so we have got a lot of work to do. We're burning money, but we have got to be honest, we have done well when you consider what we have got, and we can still do something with field 155, but we do need to bring some cash back in now. So yeah, it really is. Didn't he have the... No, they're on yellow, but that is going to bring in a tidy packet when they're all done. Liquid fertilizer, now that, we could sell some of that. Yeah, soybeans, I think we've got them all in the... I'm just trying to check. The biogas plant, obviously, yeah, that's... Oh, wow. Oh, wow, the manure, yeah, and the slurry, that's our main thing, really, for this one, isn't it, really? I have mucked around with the things. They shouldn't be too terrible now. The manure and the slurry are both, I think, they're about the same, so they really are quite... I'm not sure how... I need to check these versus someone else's to see how good that is, whether it's... I mean, it's not bringing in a shed load of cash, so it seems to be all right, but, yeah, I'd really like to see how good that really is doing. Wow, 44 tons of butter. Wow, 16 tons of milk as well. That really is good. The farm pusher, the huge production silo. We need to be shoving that, selling the parsnips and that to come. Wow, that is massive. So the biggest job we've got is obviously... Now, I did say what's going to take even more cash is the... Now, have I done the bionic? I'm not sure. I can't remember if I did. We are running out of space, but we really have got space to do this somewhere about there. I would say it's probably... I mean, we can put it on our other field if we, like, run out. But and that salt business is a cracker. It really is. That is something that really is amazing. So, that's so... Bionic, enhanced. So that's got to be super enhanced. Why? I think that must... Why is... well, it's got pig food and that's not. Right. So the Canaroo Soup Factory, but have I got a super duper one? That is what we really need to check. Did I remember to do it? Or do I need to pop out and actually quickly make one? Huge production silo. Bionic Spinny Tailor. I don't think we have remembered the other things. We haven't. So no, I need to pop out and I need to grab one of those. So yeah, I've not done that. It's not that important this first session. We've still got a lot of work. I will need to... I think I'm going to have to do it after this though. Let's go and grab... Yeah, well, there's a lot of work for us to do in the fields, and it is again going to be another one of those time-lapse jobs because there's so much for us to do. Have we fed the animals? Yeah, it's halfway through the day. If we haven't fed the animals now, we won't shoot it. Yeah, well, they're fine. All my life, slurry and manure. We need to be grabbing that out. Buffalo milk, 6.5 tons. It'll do till tomorrow. It's not going to go anywhere, but we do need to grab it tomorrow. I think we need to do a big run. But today, the task really is, yeah, I know we need to earn cash, but we have got some cash. That liquid fertilizer is, even on hard economy, it's, if we take 100 tons and leave ourselves 41 tons, it's still going to be good. The other thing we ought to be doing is, well, no, we can't, can we? I was going to say we ought to be doing the ploughing, but not on fields full of, mind you, we have got that. I think we didn't do, I think we got everything off on the parsnip field, so we could be being clever and setting somebody going with the plough. That this model may have changed a little, because obviously it was a prototype and BI Industries have been working on it. So, and the weird thing is, I went straight after this, there's no way that this line should be like longer than this. It's not, in the i3D it does not come this far, so I have no idea why it kept on ploughing more and more all the way down here, because it really does stop about here. So I have no idea. I went in the i3D and I thought, surely it's not goes on for that long. It's well past the end of this, and it's not. So yeah, I'll triple check. I could have been looking at the large one, I suppose. Yeah, there's a point. How far does the large one? No, this is the small. Yeah, now that only comes to about here. So yeah, right. Anyway, we have stuff to do. You have this is a real guzzler of fuel as well, and I couldn't find the sweet spot for like doing this. Now, is this the one? Is this the new one that's got support? It is. It's got the silver supports to like support it. It's still mucky though. Yeah, it really does look absolutely vile. It does, and it's also got silver blocks. Yeah, it's what I've gone for is to disguise the fact the fill plate, it's got a little bit of a lid just over that side. I can't think of any reason why it should have, but it does mean you can't see the fill plane misbehaving. So it now going forwards, it does look, it's sometimes you've got to do a bit of subterfuge that's realistic, sort of. There's a good reason for doing it, but you in real life you wouldn't do that, because you don't need to disguise the fact that it's a game with a fill plane. Right, so we do need to be grabbing all of this stuff. We need to grab the BI Industries. I did pay for this, but I have lost the footage of the bit where I came in and did some testing, where I did buy it, but we did pay for it. Our money was down. Right, I'm not sure if it'll get stuck here. I think it's stuck on the sand, if I remember rightly. Yeah, we need a bit of assistance to escape, because we are stuck. We might look like a tractor, but we are not a tractor. Oh, I don't get started anyone's engines. Right, I'm going to go into a time map, so there's an awful lot for us to do. We need to stick all of this in, and we do indeed need to then go and grab, we need to take the harvester and put it away. We've got straw to do. I'm not trying to do it all in one session. It really is well too much for one session. Have we got... No, we've got a forage wagon, that's what I'm saying. I think it'd be easier to use this to actually grab the straw than it would to grab the forage wagon. We need to force tip this on that field. It has got thickness now, it has got a bit of depth, it goes right to the top, as you could see there, as it was like, oh my life. Yeah. So, to open that out, I still keep getting this wrong. I will be a master of this before long. I've got to be honest, it would be my preferred baler. This would definitely be like my baler of choice. It really is so fantastic. Right, so let's get all of this off the field first. And yeah, still with this weird glitching. The game's a little bit weird at the minute. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness is going on with modding and stuff like that, where the game isn't quite right itself. Right, we want to grab the one with which is that one, the John Deere. And we need to like grab this lot and stick it all away. Right, I'm going to say my words. We have got a lot of shifting to do, so I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Well, we beat the rain. I'm quite nicely surprised about it. I was aiming just to grab the vegetables off the field, and you are about to finish, Joyce. So we shall set you on the next field. Fantastic. I've got to be honest, I don't think I've ever... No, I did sugar beet on Ravenport in a really, really big way once. That was millions of litres. That was hard going, it really was. Obviously, it was normal economy, and sugar was actually worth a lot. But it's always the trouble with like root crops like this is mass, as in just the sheer volume. The tree is still going. Yeah, JMGaming does know about the map that obviously is going to be released. So the model will not have a float tree, just we just realise it was in bulk apparently. So yeah, but I'm saying this is the older map, so fantastic. It's surprising now at 12 metre we do need to, yeah, you know, the terror for tumbling one sentence after another instead of finishing off what I was going to say. Yeah, it's these are big stones. We really do need to grab the stones out of the field. It's like, yeah, this would really damage your equipment. Boy, there are a lot of them. Really are. So yeah, we need to, we have got a stone picker, but we really need to save our cash for the bionic cannery really. We need, I might even need a super, which is going to blow, I'm trying to think, normal cannery is 27, so it'll be about 80 grand for a super, which is really is exactly as it says on the tin. It really is super. So missed a little bit there, but I'm not coming back for it now. So yeah, we've one ploughed field, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, we've got the. It was me congratulate myself that I actually finished the job, and I realised I haven't. Yeah, we're gonna go grab. Oh no, we have got a proper header trailer, haven't we? I was gonna go grab my trailer. Let's get this done. Let's get the harvester away as well. We might grab the straw off those other two fields next session. Just grab the harvester and stick that away, because I don't like to leave it out for any length of time. So we've done it all, and we will have a look in a minute at how well we did. But I mean, we got. It is true. I was saying originally that I thought it'd be 1,000,000 litres. We're not far off. What on earth? Oh, someone's like dragged a box of carrots off the field. But we've still got so. That's because you hit it. Yeah, I forgot you got that automatic loading malarkey where. It's true, actually, you do now. But that reminds me. I think, is this working or is it broken? I have a mod in, but I don't know that it's going to work. It might be under. No, that really is just my standard. I don't think it is it. Yeah, it must have an error on it. Oh no, that's not. It's based upon that. It might be like thrown up errors. It should really be in stone pickers, but it wasn't there earlier. No, we have got one. I have got a stone picker. It's very similar to the Elho 550, but it is augmented. It has got additional tanks that are a little bit bigger. Not a lot. It's only like 0.8 of a cubic meter more, but it has got additional storage, as you can plainly see. And I would like to have a go at making larger. I do love this. I've always loved the form factor of this, and it isn't 10 meter, as we can plainly see. It's actually only 5.5. So yeah, that's. I'd like to do a 10 meter is what I'm aiming for. So yeah, it was much more difficult to do this than I actually thought. But we will need to either buy or lease, but we just can't afford one at the minute. So it definitely can't be like doing that at the minute. So, but yeah, that I would like to buy. As I said, really a fleet of them we need for this. Really, yeah, it's a very large farm. This is not a farm you can half-heartedly do. Obviously, we are going to also make quite good use of that. We have started to do so. We've got things to sell and all that. So next session we'll get all of this off. We'll carry on with the. No, yeah, with the ploughing and all the rest of it, and obviously we still got. I haven't forgotten that we've got a field left, but It's obviously we need to get through the months. Yeah, they're all monster sessions. It reminds me very much of Rhombos, where each session is hours and hours of work, which means the sessions is very slow because you've only got so much time to spend on a Let's Play. You know, obviously, if I was a farmer and I was working all the hours, then this is a bit. So I try. I have to knock it a bit. So I got stuck. So, grab it maybe a little bit. Drag it into the field, perhaps. If we can get it. Sure we can. Let's do something strange. Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. Well, it appears, it's always in sessions like this, isn't it, where everything seems to go wrong, right? We have the technology, we can grab this trailer. And my trailer is ready now, my normal trailer, so I will be buying that. It is perfect. But this also, the only nasty thing with this is it's a little bit tall for headers, so I'm not sure we'll be able to plonk it on, but it is a big harvester, so we may be alright, hopefully. So we'll get that away, and then we're going to have a good look at all that we've got, because it is a lot. Yeah, there is an awful lot of harvest. I would imagine some of them were approaching. Yeah, I was looking, I thought, oh, 540, yeah, but it's got 250 tons in the other one, so it's like nearly 800 tons, 800,000 litres. So it really is almost what I thought it would be originally. These are very big fields. But of course it is going to mean we're going to earn well. And pig food as well, the waste products, so wow. It is big. As long as over half of it goes on, that's all that matters. But the only thing is with this is it's a very, obviously a really massive header, but I'm not sure it's the height. I think this may get away with it due to it being a, yeah, yeah, we can actually do it as well. As long as your middle bit is like halving, you can easily do this always. Selected. Well, that's not bad actually. Yeah, for once I've actually stuck that in a not a bad place. Fantastic. And we need to follow the harvester rather than the harvester follow us. We'll have to go and grab that the trailer some other time, I think. Let's turn around and follow him. Yes, I do like the new follow me. It's, I mean, it's always as if you follow, don't ever follow the harvester, don't ever follow the forage harvester. They are absolutely vile. Apart from that, not too bad really. Definitely. I made the mistake of doing it the other day with one of these, and boy, oh boy, just hit the knock that a little bit. It's sort of stuck in the. Okay, that's quite what I had in mind. Need to knock it all over the place. See if we can like drag this a little. Stick this away. I think this will fit in here really. The big key. I think it's a place for it. We'll leave this for the big equipment. I love the fact we've got one of those sprayers. I'm very impressed with that. It's beautiful. I want to get one of the new stick. Oh, have we lost the? Ah, it'll be thrashing into the carrots. Oh no! Oh my life! A box of carrots stopped you. It's not even on the road. Right, we could, if we're grabbing our... yeah, I'm trying to get as much practice with my trailer as possible, the flatbed. wasn't, well, it was sort of a work in progress before. Still not got the very large trailer. I've literally been trying to work on lots of other things. Right, we want you. I love this. It really was exactly the secret weapon that I sort of said it was. I'm very pleased with the performance of this. Its unload rate is about right, I would say, for bigger farms. It really is quite special. It's obviously the hopper size, 30 odd tons, mini trailer. It's not bad at all. It sort of hits the spot, and I mean, it obviously on a flat field it can cope on its own. It really is very good on its own steam, but on like JMGaming's maps or maps where it's a little bit hilly, then you'll need a tractor pulling. But again, on Rettenberg, I've got to be honest, it really was fantastic. I could use it, apart from when it gets stuck in a furrow, it really can cope very nicely. We can stick this down the side with that. The header. Which I believe is a forage harvester on it, isn't it, I think. Ooh. Yeah, these things are like windrowers. Literally not easy to keep steady. Yes, I think that was a lot quicker than if we'd have used the forage wagon, let's put it that way. Alright, so yeah, let's have a look. How well did we actually do? I am right though about this. As much as it's a beautiful tractor, it really is a little underpowered for this map. It does struggle even with the empty trailer going up those hills. So in this one we have 200. I don't think, if you go to the time saving stock check, I don't think it takes into consideration your oh, it does. It does actually. Oh wow. Well, that's a bonus because it never used to read the productions. So we have 400. Yeah, now that is the smallest field. I would imagine the carrots. Yeah, the carrots 751. I won't be including the boxes, the loose boxes that we're kicking around the map. Red beet is a mere 461,000 litres. Wow, look at the slurry. Wow. The soybeans, straw 251,000 litres. I think we've got more than that. I definitely do. And there's also some more in the field. Yeah, we did a lot of trailer loads. So that is a bit unused. So wow, look at the digestate. So really, I mean, yeah, this is going yellow. So when that goes, I mean, the liquid fertilizer again, we're going to make almost 200 grand out of that. So we aren't as destitute as we appear. So straw 251,000 litres. Oh, we might only have that there. Yeah. Carrots, parsnips, soybeans 209 litres. Yeah, it's not too brilliant. But I'm well pleased that we've actually managed to do these fields. I would imagine we really probably need another plough. What have we got down the shop? I don't think we've got a big plough or anything, had we? I think we only bought the 12 metre. No, he's still not fixed it. Right, let's have a look. I think it's just, yeah, I'm going to say we have got another header and a front loader, the 2 bits of the Nexat, and a very strange telehandler weight that doesn't work properly. It's actually even worse than it used to be now. I cannot for the life of me get that to like stabilise. It really is very, very strange for a telehandler to grab it. Obviously, it does work sort of, but I don't class that as working when it wobbles all over the place. It would sort of work, but no one would really want one in real life. It would be terrible. So that is where I'm going to leave it. We did beat the rain. Next session, we will carry on. We'll let whoever that were, and of course it's a normal worker. So the beauty is that will crack on as soon as we start on the map next session. So, I mean, I'm really pleased. When is that field going to be ready? The sugar cane? At the very earliest in October. And I think we were late planting, so it may well be like after that. We will, at the very least... Well, I mean, we are going to have more money back on hand at that point. So, I can't remember what this is. Forager unrealistic. Right, okay. We shall see. Yeah, we shall see. That's it. It's another mystery. Yeah, I am pleased with all of the equipment. I'm very pleased with that. A massive shout out to Dr. Julie, really, that gave me the kick up the backside to like go one extra and think, I think I can like do that, but like improve on the design and make it really something special. And I have. It is beautiful. It really is. Yeah, it's still doing weird glitchy things with the fencing. Yeah, it's really is weird. But yeah, we're going to leave it there. It has been a monster. Just check what is in the sales, because sometimes things drop. Oh, the Amazon. I think we're all right for seeders and planters, as good as that is, and it is beautiful. I had that on Rizu Forest. Have got that on Rizu Forest, to be honest. So yes. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.